Okay, so I'm making this video because a client asked me to make this, and this has come up plenty of times, and I'm sure this has happened to plenty of people, and I thought it would be a really great video. So obviously you guys are seeing it's not part of one of my many motivational, one of my Follow My Journey videos. But I will say this, I literally just made a little montage video about me doing a back exercise, and then it said, the subject was, or it started with, never look back unless you're just looking at how far you've come, and then ha ha, or unless you're checking out your back and booty gains in the mirror. But I think that it is very important to constantly be moving forward and to always try to remember what the goal is for the future, and then not looking back. And the main subject here is that there are people and there are times in life that ish happens, and when ish happens, sometimes you lose focus, and you lose focus on the goal. And maybe you were in a really good place 5 years ago, and you were in great health, you physically looked good, you felt good, you, anything. Even you worked with me before, and then you did this whole program, and then, you know, you did it for the amount of time that's required, and then you left, and then you kind of lost track of a little bit of it. Maybe you stopped food prepping, and maybe you, which it wasn't this person, but, or just not that subject. Maybe you did in the past. You had these goals and you were so focused to them. Let's say it is a career goal. You had this goal and you made the goal, and then something happened and you lost focus, and now you're not doing it anymore. Maybe you've always wanted to open your own business. So the point of this is about being okay with the fact that you slipped up, with the fact that you're not where you used to be in a bad way. Like, okay, poor choice of words. In a not good way. Meaning, for example, you were in great shape before, then you kind of lost it, and how did I let myself slip? And then now you have to move forward. So, what you have to do is, yes, what's good, and this is actually, I've voice recorded this to a couple people. What you have to do is, you're allowed to look back for a moment, but not in a way like, oh my God, look at what I used to look like, and now look at what I look like. Look at what I used to be like, and now look at what I'm being like. What you have to do is look back and be like, look at what I was capable of before. If I was capable of it before, I'm definitely capable of it now. And then the biggest thing that I actually said to both of these clients, and this actually came up, I think 3 different times in the past month, maybe. What I said was that everything happens for a reason. Everything. I've even talked about this in a couple videos months ago about something really bad that happened to me and my husband. I can't possibly tell you how much better of a person I feel because of what happened. At the end of the day, what you're going to become because of your setback is going to be a better version of you if you didn't. Literally then, the same exact thing happened to my son. So he literally just won his fight on Saturday. Won, I mean, both hands raised, but you guys know the scorecard. But if you saw in my video, the Follow My Journey video, but the other day, he went to class and he kind of got knocked down. And he got knocked down by a bigger kid, so like it was justifiable, but there was also stuff that his coach and my husband has been telling him. So when Koa got all, he said, I did terrible in class today, and he got all down on himself after having a phenomenal Saturday. And what I had to tell him, and this literally happened yesterday, what I had to tell him is that it's okay. You don't learn anything from constantly being successful. You learn every time you fall down. You become better every time you have a little bit of a setback, because it's the setbacks that we learn the lessons, and then we become better the next time. So now I said, my husband and I both said to Koa, okay, now it's good. You actually needed to fall down. You needed to fall back into the wall and hit your head. And now the next time you're in that same exact position, and what they were telling him is he stands flat-footed. So sometimes he doesn't stay up on his toes, and he's whatever. I don't know the jargon that they were using. But they said, now you're going to remember. So the next time you're standing there and you're flat-footed, you're going to remember. And you need that. You need to remember, ow, oh my God, okay, I remember hitting my head. And now you're going to go up and you're going to get ready. So the same thing with somebody that's like motivated to move forward. So you remember that you were capable of it before. You see where you're at right now, and you embrace it, and you learn the lessons of what got you here. And then now you know what not to do in the future. There is a learning experience in everything that happens in life, and you will be better for it. I can't tell you how many times I've said, I am glad I have Crohn's disease. I am glad I had a nervous breakdown. I am glad I was depressed. I am glad I was overweight. I'm glad I'm underweight. I am glad the experience happened back in October. I am glad that everything happened to me and my husband. I am glad we were both fitness managers before we decided to open up our own business. I'm glad that I was a personal trainer for 10 years or whatever before I became a fitness manager. 5 years, 6 years before I became a fitness manager. Like, all of these things, and I went through a lot of struggles. I'm really glad that I worked at Hayward, which is a really hard club to work at. They always put the new fitness managers there, and then got promoted to Pleasant Hill, which was one of the better clubs, and I killed it in Pleasant Hill because of how much I struggled in Hayward, but killed it in Hayward. Like, everything happens for a reason. So don't be sad about where you are. Embrace it. It's here. You just gotta know that you have the strength to move forward. What did you learn by the whole experience, and how are you gonna be a better you tomorrow? And a lot of it, I will also say, comes from the outside. There are a lot of people that are influencers. I have this saying that I talked about in a lot of videos, and I actually have 2 clients that still to this day, every now and then, they throw that in their food log to me, and it says, they try to make you uncomfortable to make themselves feel more comfortable. And one of my clients just posted about it in my private group, and she said she had an aha moment. So it's like, there are so many people out there that are like, why you always have to prepare your food, and what's the big deal? Why can't you have a slice of pizza at your kid's birthday party? What's the point? Like, if you're feeling good and you're eating healthy, why do I have to eat? And I did a video on this also. Why do I have to eat something bad? To make you feel more comfortable because you're eating a slice of pizza? Yes, that's exactly what it is. I bring my lunch and prepare and set myself up for success. Maybe other employees don't do that. They're miserable, they're unhappy in their marriage, they're unhappy in their own skin, they feel self-conscious, they are with their partners with the lights out, and I mean, like, little things. But it's about making you feel uncomfortable with them because they are uncomfortable. There are a lot of people that are haters on successful people. The more successful you are, the more haters you have. And it's because there are a lot of people that unfortunately don't have the same drive that you do. So don't let somebody bring you down because they don't have your drive, and don't feel bad about having drive, and don't feel bad about the things that you're doing, and don't let anybody else make you feel bad. If at the end of the day, there is a purpose to everything that you're doing for your health, for your emotional health, for your physical health, for your kids' health, for the quality of life, for the relationship that you have with your husband and your kids, or your wife and your kids behind the scenes that none of your friends even see, is better now because you're healthier, but they want you to eat and drink garbage because maybe they're miserable in their relationship, and misery loves company. So don't forget about what your goals are and why you have them. And don't forget to learn the lesson from every setback, And famous saying, fall down 7 times, get up 8. But it's the falls that make us great. It's not all of the success. Like, I feel like there are a lot more humble people. Like, if you have somebody that's like constantly successful, and they might not have the same personality as you or somebody else. And I mean, I try to do my very best, like, to be as humble as possible. I'm saying I'm going to win the show. And why am I saying that? Because what's the point in doing it if I don't believe that I'm capable of winning? But I don't say it in a cocky way like, please, ain't nobody going to beat me. No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm killing myself in every one of my workouts, and I'm food prepping because I do that anyway, whether I'm about to go on stage or not, and I'm doing things that are good for my mind, and I know I'm not gonna, the point is that I know what I've been through, and I know how hard it is, and I'm proud of that, and there's nothing wrong with being proud of that, and there's nothing wrong with anything. And again, the failures, I'll say it again, it's the fall downs, and I don't even want to call them failures. It's the fall downs that make you better. That's where the lessons are. So do not think about where you used to be in a way of, oh my God, I was so much better 2 years ago. Think about where you used to be yesterday, and you're better today. That is the only thing you need to look back on. And then glance back at that for that moment where you say, if I could do it before, I can definitely do it again. I am stronger now. So, and that's it. And prove yourself right, because you deserve it. So, I'm about to go in, and I hope this helped anybody. And I love you, and I gotta go get my son. So, deuces.